Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we're going to do a DIY kind of tag, kind of fun thing to do. You can make these into ATC cards. You can make them into whatever you want. So I'm just going to give you some ideas and let's get to getting. So as you can see, we have Shop right here. That's our grocery store. This is a box that butter came in. Woohoo. You know, I love recycling and upcycling and all that. There's a million words for it. I don't know. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And you can see it comes apart. It kind of tells you what it's going to do. Here we go. And then we have these different panels. Now, obviously, if you have, if it's bigger, if it's smaller, you can kind of do what you want to do. What I'm going to do, I have a little bit of a cold, so please, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut on the lines because the lines, are kind of telling me where they want to be. So I'm going to save that for another thing. I'm going to stick with this one. I think, maybe this one. I don't know. We'll see. I got so excited. Okay. Well, obviously, I don't want that little boopy there. Let's take the boopies off. Take them off straight, Cal. The line's there. You would think, with the line. All right. Now, you know what? I think I might keep that and take this off just to play. Now, let me tell you how bad I am. You see this? Keep refrigerated. Yeah, I'm going to keep it because I'll use it in an art journal page or something, right? It doesn't matter. You can, use it in whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is I kind of dig. Now, these are great for random acts of kindness. You can leave these in, there's a thing called art abandonment. There's, random acts of kindness, RAKs, where you do something and you send it to somebody. And these are great. So, most tags are like 6.5 inches by 3.25, or 5.5 inches by or 5.5 inches by 10.5 inches. I mean, there's like a million different sizes. You can go to your local Staples or Walmart or office supply store, whatever, and you can get tags there. And they're just shipping tags. So you can do, whatever you want. Now, let me tell you, where is my ruler? I have a ruler somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. I guess we're not gonna measure this right now because I can't find my ruler. But I think you get the gist of it. I don't think this is, no. All right. We're going to continue on, shall we? Well, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to use both of these. And I know what we'll do. And I'm leaving this little boopy on there. Now, you can cut that off. That's up to you. But first, what I'm going to do is gesso. And I'm going to gesso one with black. Okay? I know, very bold I am. And then I'm going to do one with white. So let's do the white first because I like to do the lighter to dark. Let's do the smaller one, white. And this gesso is almost gone, so I like to turn it upside down. So when I go to use it, it's good. Now, if you want to reinforce this, by all means, and I'm just not going to worry too much about how messy I get because we're having fun. Do this on an art journal page. Now you can see I used a lot of gesso here. I want that texture in here as well. So what to do is have a piece of printer paper or paper next to you. I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to wipe the rest off here because I'll use this for something. I already kind of know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to lay some of that there. That's not going to hurt nobody, is it? Nope. And then I'm going to rinse that off because I don't want to mix that too much. Usually I don't mind mixing, but I'm not going to mix it too much. And I'm going to put in the black. Look at that deliciousness. Alrighty. Here we go. We're going around and we're painting. I got a comment. The other day. I think last week was like, let's find Kelly Donovan on YouTube and leave her nasty comments because I got a couple last week. And one lady left me a comment, and I used the word lady loosely. She said to me, I watched you for the first 10 minutes, and when you started singing, I turned it off. I was disgusted. You do not sing well. And I'm like, look, if you hear me singing and you think I'm going for my Barbara Streisand singing, you're wrong. I sing. I have fun when I art. And if you don't like it, go find somebody else. I know I'm not for everybody. Yeah, I got a lot of nasty comments last week. Not a lot. I mean, 3. But, you know, I usually don't get that many. And, they were for a good laugh. I'm like, honestly, you're going to come. Oh, see, I didn't wipe that off. I wanted to save that. So it went in my water, but that's okay. I'm just going to scribble, 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 scribble. I have too much cold medicine in me. All right, let's do that. Let's take this. I know. You guys are waiting for. You guys keep writing about the gesso. We're going to be making. Yeah, gesso. I'm like, what the heck is this? Okay. Now, mixed media does not always mean, you know, that you have to have a picture on top or draw or whatever. It doesn't, it means whatever you want it to mean. It just means that you're mixing media. And what we're doing here, which I'm going to set this here so I can wipe this. What we're going to do here is mixed media in the sense of we're going to mix paint, we're mixing paper, we're mixing maybe some stickers, maybe pen, maybe pencil, maybe, I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? So, la 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 la. And obviously, if you have tags, use them. Now listen, this is not a new thing. There are many people on YouTube online who use, you know, things. I think index cards. That's why I have index cards here. People use index cards and do art on them. I think it's a fantastic thing to do. You know, you just take your inexpensive. You can get these at the dollar store, and you gesso it and do the same thing. And you know, you kind of do the same thing. It doesn't matter. And I think doing art for people, this is so inexpensive to mail. Mailing stuff can be a bear because it's so expensive anymore. And it's a shame because, you know, the post office, they want you to use the post office and then you use it and it's so expensive. So doing something where you're giving somebody a piece of your art, a piece of your heart, a piece of your soul, a piece of your creativity and energy, inexpensive index cards work, using your pasta boxes, oh gosh, I could go on. So anyway, also I have a video coming up of us doing art journal, making an art journal in different ways. I'm redoing those. You guys request that a lot. I have a lot of requests because I'm so behind. But that's all right. We'll get there, right? Just means more videos. And I love doing them. Okay, so here we go. So first what I'm going to do, if this bothers you, all right, you see how it's a little bendy? What you can do is take some painter's tape or some masking tape. Obviously, you can gesso the back as well. I'm not, just for sake of time, but definitely you do you, boo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm laying it across. And, you know. See what I'm doing here? And it's just going to make it a little stronger if it bothers you. Some people it bothers. Me, not so much, but I'm just showing you. Then go ahead. Now I'm going to show you something cool on this side. But you see, then it kind of, you know, makes it a little bit more stable for you. And I'm going to do the same thing here to show you. Nothing too fanciful. Just look. Do a couple layers. We went out yesterday. I think I might vlog Sunday because Emily and her boyfriend are going to be here. And I know a few of you have written to me and want to meet him. And I know I've seen comments on her videos about meeting him. So he's Turkish. Adorable. Older, a little older, but he's adorable. Not anything like the old boyfriend, thank gosh. And real nice. Real nice. Good for her. You know, she's she's not like your normal 21-year-old. She's been through way too much life. Even though she has a little growing to do, you know. But he's a really, really nice guy, and we really enjoy spending time with them. Okay, so you can see, and then if you have a little boopy stick in there. Yes, I said boopy. It's a boopy. Let me just cut that off. Okay. Obviously, this is a vlog kind of thing I got going on here. You guys love when I talk and vlog and do my stuff, so that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so we have our black and we have our white. So what are we going to do? Well, you know, with black, obviously, you want to use lighter colors. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take, I was going to do grunge, but I won't do grunge yet. I'm going to do grunge when I do the art journal page. I'm going to take some pink and orange. And I'm just taking my lovely folk art paint, which is my favorite. My favorite. Some orange. I love the Martha Stewart satins. They make me happy. And how about some green? So yeah, so I'm thinking Sunday I'm gonna vlog. Now Dave's family's coming for a few days. I'm going to go with the green because that's lighter first. And then they're coming the 29th, something like that, 28th. I don't know, right off the top of my head, but they're coming too. So maybe I'll vlog when they're here. You guys interested in, would you be interested in that on anything that we do? All right. You can see I'm just getting more bang for my buck, right? I'm just going to do this. And then once I get the paint off, I don't necessarily want to wet this again all the way, but I want that orange off. I just want to blend a little. That's still too wet. That's all right. It'll survive. I'm going to dry. Now, if you have a punch, I don't have any punches up here. We're going to do something else. We're going to use, you know, what we have, as they say. So I have this. Where's my glue stick? My glue stick. I lost my glue stick. My glue stick. Here it is. Medication is good. Dang cold medicine gets me. I take the strongest medication for my RA and my fibro and all of my kidneys. And you know, I take an Alka-Seltzer cold or whatever, and it makes me very loopy. All right, so I have a glue stick, right? And use any glue stick you have, or use your Mod Podge or whatever. But I'm going kind of easy. So I have this, and I'm going to cut like that. And I'm going to just cut shapes. I'm not worrying too much about size or I kind of want to get the different colors. I kind of like that. And all I'm going to do is push these to the side. And I'm not going to like, oh, I'm going to put this here, this there. No, I'm just putting some glue and I'm putting down. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, my nails need repainted. They're growing again, my nails. But they need repainted desperately. See how I'm doing? It doesn't have to be perfect. We can go over it or whatever. And remember, this is just gesso on the bottom for now. And if you prefer to put the glue on like the back of here instead of the, you know, tag that we're making or piece of art that we're making, by all means, go ahead. Go like that. And you see how we're just going abstract. Maybe we want some more. Maybe I want different color. Different colors. Let's see what we got. What other colors can we? I'm really digging that green. I think I'm gonna do another little bit of green on here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take half, like just this much, right? Wait, which maybe I'll do like this. And I'm going to save this. Let's see if we'll use that or not. And then I'm going to take some more green. Just going to keep playing. Why not? Rinse my brush. I want it dry. I don't want it too wet. Yeah, I'm going in. And do it on your nonstick mat. Do it on, which is great. Use other paper underneath. Use newspaper or printer paper or brown paper bags and use it underneath, because all this paint that's going on my right here would go on there, and then you're making your own mixed media paper, right? So you can do, you know, whatever you want. Let's do a little darker. Let's do some blue. Just a little squirt will do you. Yeah, and I'm not going to worry about rinsing it off right now. I'm going in. And then what I'm going to do is take my, this is my palette that I'm kind of taking the colors off with. I have more of these sitting around. All right. And then we'll rinse it. But yeah, so anyway, so I'm thinking about, like I said, vlogging when my husband's parents and all are here and we do stuff, and I'm thinking about vlogging so y'all can meet her Emily's boyfriend. We shall see. He's not exactly what I ever thought she would be with, but neither was the first one. But he turned out to be a really nice guy, which is always nice. And I guess it doesn't matter what I want her to be with or who I wanted her to be with, as long as he treats her good and she's happy. I mean, isn't that the way it should be, right? But yeah, he turned out. When I first saw him, I was like, oh, it's just not exactly. I mean, I'm not being, you know, mean about it or anything, but I kind of said to Dave, it's not, you know. But he turned out to be nice, and it's perfect for her. All right, now I'm just gonna blend this a little bit. Oh. And let's get back to getting. All right, so now let's do the same kind of thing. I'm gonna leave that as 1. I know I want that there, but I definitely. Let's see. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm sorry if you can hear the lawnmower outside. Dave's doing the grass because it's long. Now, you see I tore this, but it's at the end of the day. It's not a big deal. Who cares? I'm going to do this. And then I think we'll just put something here. And that'll be that for this. And I'm going to give this a second to dry. I'm going to move this and let's work on this. So kind of the same thing. Maybe I'll leave. Let's do. You know what? Wait a minute. Let's do a. I'm going to take blue topaz, and it's a metallic. Right? Blue topaz from Folk Art. And I am going to just do a little like that. And I'm going to take my, excuse my arm, a makeup pad. Use a sponge. Do I have a sponge sitting here? Yeah, let's use a sponge. And I'm going to, especially around the outside. And I'm not looking for, you know, like it to be so opaque. It's not a big deal. I just want those ends and just some of it in there. You know, I like the different shades. And then, of course, take it and now when you're using makeup sponges or whatever, which you get at the dollar store or your makeup, you know, wherever you're at, and you want to save it, you just put it in a little bit of water, okay, and then kind of squish it out so you get that paint out, and you can squish it out, you know, on whatever, and it'll just get a lot of that paint out so it doesn't dry hard. If it dries hard, just take your scissors and give it a little snippy snip right there. You know, like when you don't want to have no more babies. And snip that off. Well, you don't snip mine off, but even though I probably should get mine snipped off, but that's a whole other vlog. All right. Okay, now I'm going to take, I can see it's a little thick there, so I'm just going to go in and give it some texture with my paper towel. Now, if you really want to be textured and you know, which I'm not going to do right now, and I've done it in other videos, but I love taking my paper towel, should be dry, and you can see the texture on the paper towel, and if you use it and press it down and lift it up, you get texture. Now, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see it, but when it's dry, it's much better. And the metallic, obviously, when it's, you know, wet and with the light, it's hard to see. Okay, so now let's put some colors on here. I'm going to kind of go. Now, you don't have to go straight because, you know, straight all the way always isn't the best way to be. Sometimes you like to go a little sideways. And that's okay if you're sideways. We're all just trying to make it. And then look how that adds to that. I saw Angie. Angie from YouTube, I think is the name of her channel. Angie's Art Channel. Angie Lupus Life. A lot of us know Ange. I will link her somewhere down below, up above somewhere. She's going vegan, and she did a video on going vegan. So I'm curious to see. I hope she kind of takes us on her journey. Because I'm curious, because I have a lot of vegan recipes that we eat, but I don't go completely vegan. You know, I run out of recipes and I get bored very quickly. But I do have some good ones, and maybe I'll share some with you guys and with her. Maybe it'll help her out too, if, you know, that's something that she's interested in. All those. All right, I think you get the gist of what I'm doing here. All right. And you can fill this as much or as little as you want. It doesn't matter. We'll do a little orange and then, yeah, it doesn't matter. Do a circle. Just cut a very random, you know, circle. And add that in. And you see how we have this cut out? Go around it again. Watch. And you have, and maybe we'll add this on this one. And then you can layer it. Oh no, this is his index card, right? We could lay that there. Maybe we'll do that on here. Like that. And you see, you're just adding more, you know, more interest and stuff. So you kind of see where I'm going with that. And then you have these, you know, if you are done, save them, because these are great in your art journal or ATC cards. If you're stuck, you make them, cut them up for backgrounds, right? Okay. I just am wiping this because the glue stick starts to dry, and it's bad enough on my nails and my hands, but then when it's sticking here, I don't like it. Call me weird, but I'm used to it. All right. I'm going to hit this with my heat gun just for a second to see, to get that drier. And these glue sticks dry permanently. The Elmer's glue sticks are archival. I know a lot of you ask, oh, archival? Yes, they're archival. White school glue, however, is not, which I use a lot of, but, you know, that's up to you. I think doing in your art journal, especially when you're beginning, who cares? You're just playing and learning and getting comfortable with what you're doing. But yeah, the glue sticks are, and you can find different glues that are archival and all that kind of stuff, you know, if it's an issue for you. So now we have these 3 cards. Now, things that I like to do, I'm going to do on black here, and I'm going to use the color shift. This is Purple Flash, and this is so good. But there's a million different colors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And I'm going to give it a squeeze. And it has like this blue, look, you can even see it. It's like iridescent with like a blue to it and a purple. It's so good. So good. All right, so I'm going to dry my brush really good because I don't want to, there you go, dilute this. And I'm going to dip in. And I'm going to hit, I don't want to necessarily cover up all the things I put on. You can cover some of it up, obviously. But first I'm going to lay it down. And you can see, I'm going to show you, and this is part of the issue. I don't care because I like the texture, but definitely if you don't like the texture, make sure you watch where you put your glue. You can see my glue right here, and it's grabbing with, I like that because it's giving it texture and interest. Now this piece is coming up and I'm not going to glue it down. I'm just going to do that because then I can go in and dab in. And this looks gorgeous over the dark colors. And this is just a background. This is we're just doing a background on the tag, and what you do, you know, on the top or whatever, I'll give you a couple ideas. It's totally up to you, but this is a great way to start. Now, maybe you look at that orange and you're like, oh, I just don't know. We can make it a different color. And I love how some of that black comes through. All right. So you see, I'm doing that. And then you can take your paper towel. Maybe I got too much on here. So I'm just going to give it a wipe. All right. Just to let some of that come through. And see, I have glue on my fingers, but that's all right. I'm going to just lay that on there. And I don't like that orange there so much. I don't know. It kind of isn't melding in so much. So I am going to take this and lay it down on here. And I just want to show you what this looks like. Once it's done having that color on it, let's see. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice. Look at that colors. And that's this. But you can see it in the bottle. So it's like purple. And then a nice, look at that blue. Purple. Oh, okay. Really nice. I love it. So then, while this dries, let's put something on here. Let me grab another one. Let me see what colors I have. I need to get more of these colors. What is that? Blue. Let's do what the green's like. This is what color are you? Green Flash. I'm shaking it. Let's see how that looks on here. I'm just gonna a little bit on there. Ooh. Yeah. And I'm gonna rinse that. Same thing. Oh, I like that. And I'm going over that because I'm not really, but I'm going to go over that. I'm going over all of it. I'm just going over all of it. And I'll show you what I'll do after. Unless you really are married to something on there that you're liking. I just like that underneath coming through. All right. Again, the glue is going to grab. It's not the biggest deal. Okay. All right. And there we go. Then what I'm going to do is now I want to show you this before. Look at that. Look at that colors. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. It's like golden. Yum, yum, yum. I'm going to take some water and I'm going to give it a quick spray. Nothing too major. And then I'm going to go back on a couple of these and just give them a wipe, because with acrylic paint, even these, before they dry, you can get them to lift a little bit, and then you still get that color underneath. Again, not digging the that the orange, the straight up orange. So we're going to have to do something with that. But I want to just lay a little bit more here. All right. And I like that underneath of how you could still see how I didn't paint the whole tag. So you see that coming through. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry. All right, now here's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it to the outside. And you want to make sure it's all the way dry, because what's going to happen is you're going to see the glue's not all the way dry, but that's okay. I think I'm going to go grunge. It's all right, but you can see it's still a little wet, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. The tag. All right. Again, make sure if you want, you paint this, or you could stick this to an art journal page. It doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add black where I would usually use, normally use black. All right, I'm just doing this. I mean, you can go as crazy as you want. You can just do certain parts. Oh yeah, digging. See how you got that? That in itself is nice. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some white paint first, and I'm just going to do a little, just the littlest little boop right there, right? And I'm going to take my finger, and if you don't want to use your finger because you're funny about it, use a brush, it's okay. But I just want the littlest bit, and I'm going to just lightly go over some of these. And it's okay if it doesn't, it goes on the tag itself. It's just about adding a little bit of texture, like depth to it, right? So everything doesn't look so flat. Go around the edge. Oh yeah. And I'm going to take it on there a little bit. You see how I kind of blended that out a little bit? Okay, so then I'm going to take I don't want wet, just this. And we're going to kind of buff everything out to take the extra paint, if there's any. Oh yeah. Okay, now a little bit of black. I'm digging this. See how one little thing, and it's an organic thing. I mean, it's something that you did. All right. Okay. A little bit of the black. Now, if you don't want to use paint, one of my favorite things is the Stabilo. Also a favorite of mine. Oh, I gotta find it. I can't talk about. I'll do it in another video because I have to find it. If I was organized and a decent person, I would already have it, but I don't. But this is fantastic. The only difference is this is not permanent because it's water soluble. So I'll do a video, or maybe I'll do it on the lighter one. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the black. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a brush. Let's use a brush. Just going to take a little brush. I'm going to wet it. I want it wet. And I'm just going to go in to the black. And then dab off a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of go around. And you can use a marker. You can use a water-soluble marker, a water-soluble pen, pencil. It doesn't matter. You see what I'm doing here? Just to add a little more depth going on here. And if you want to go in with like more of the color shift paint, definitely go ahead. Instead of using the black. I like black, it just stands out more. Okay. All right, you see how we did that? And then take a oh, I love the way that looks. And then I'm just going in, I'm gonna dab it. Dab it. Here's to you, Ange. Doing a dab with Ange. Alright. I know, insane, right? I do it every time I do a dab. blot. Let's blot. All right. But you see how that really, and you, if it's too dark, still give it a wipe. I don't know who I can do a wipe to, but just to the rest of us that don't dab. Here's a wipe. And there we go. And look how that changes it. It's gorgeous. This is a butter thing. A butter container. Okay, so now, and I'm going to leave this like this because I'm really digging this. I'm really digging it. But what I was going to do was, you could take a piece of this that's left, and you can cut it so you get a nice thing right there and write a word or a quote or whatever. And you have this beautiful tag. You could put a hole in the top with a hole punch, which I don't have mine sitting here either. But you don't need one. You can just use your X-Acto knife and tag it and put some pretty yarn, and you have a beautiful bookmark. Once you put paper on the back, which, you know, if you were like me and you get excited to start and you didn't put anything on the back, but you want to now, just wait till everything's dry. Make sure this is clean. Okay. Don't be like me and put stuff down and it's still wet. And then put paper on the back, cardstock, cardboard, another piece of this, whatever. You can even, you know, do something where it's double-sided. And it just makes it more sturdy. But for this to put, you know, in a book, as a bookmark, or as a, in your art journal, and or on a mixed media piece, oh, I love it. Look how pretty. And these little white, you know, is a little highlight. And if you want more, just go in and add a little more. Maybe you want a little bit here, a little bit more, a little bit more. Doesn't matter. It's yours. You do you, boo. Awesome, right? So that's the first one. Look how, and then you got that beautiful color shift. Oh, delicious. All right. And then with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all in crazy, because this is how I love to do things. I'm going to take this. I want it really wet. And I'm just going to, I'm only going to do half. And you see how it grabs on the, I love that. Just add a little bit more. Obviously it's watery, but I don't care. All right, and then I'm going to dry it a little bit. And watch what happens, see? You kind of get these splashes, and I'm blowing it that way. That's what she said. Kathy, for you. And this is going to change the whole way this looks too. Watch what we're going to do. Very easy. It's nothing, and we're using basic colors. All right. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use more white. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take some white. I'm going to, probably should get about a different brush because, all right, and wet it like this. Just wet your brush and put that in. And then I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to make it come this way. And pull it. Maybe you need a little bit more water. Okay. And then oh, I might want a little bit more. Obviously white is going to be, oh, we can always make it gray too. Let's see. This is what we'll do. Go like this. And then let's give it a spray of water. And now, that's what I want. See it running? That's what I want. Now I'm not going to spray too much water to make it run like I would maybe on a canvas, because it's obviously, you know, not a canvas. It's essentially paper, cardboard, very light cardboard. But I'll show you how to do that in 1 second. And I'm not going to worry about that being all the way dry. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take this delicious black and I'm going to start up here. And we're just going to run it. Look, run it. Run it. Now, I'm using dark colors because that's what I have here. But of course, use bright colors. Use whatever colors you have, whatever colors you like, whatever your favorite colors. Me, I am a dark color person. You see how it makes it run? And if you want more somewhere, you just go and you give it a push and you give it a tap. Oh, I love it. And then you can always go and use your marker or pencils or whatever in whatever color if you want to outline these as well. These are water soluble, so this can be any, any water soluble that you have. And what happens is, that's dark. All right, I'm just going to take some water on my brush and we're just going to feather it out a bit. Look how nice that, that melts that away. Just is so nice. I love Stabilos. Okay, I'm just going to go around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper towel or whatever you're using, and I'm just going to take some of that up. And that's a very abstract piece. Again, use any colors that you have. And this is one I would probably write something on. Like I would go and like right here, because you guys know my favorite word is breathe. And I would use a marker, but I don't have one sitting here right now because I'm so organized. But you see, then you can go in and do that, and then you can take a highlight, like some white and highlight it. You can really make it thick. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe this will work here. Make sure your paint's dry before you go in, because believe me, I've ruined so many markers. But you see, we're just going to make it thicker, and then add like little doodads around, make it a little thicker here, a little thicker there. And I'm getting lost in my thoughts here. Medicine will do it to you. And my marker's like, yeah, I'm not writing on wet acrylic, Cal. But I think you get the gist. And then when you use a marker on any type of acrylic, take it and wipe give it a roll, because you want that acrylic off of there so it'll write, because if the acrylic paint dries on that, it's not writing again. And you see, it's just like that. And you play. And you can make tags. Like I said, now this, you can make it whatever way you want. Put a hole. You can, we can hot glue yarn around here. We can put stickers, and we can put little rhinestones. I mean, you really can go nuts. So it really is fun. It really is easy, and it really is just a butter box. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please share me. I appreciate that greatly. And if you just found me and would like to be, please subscribe. The button's down below. Click the bell next to it so you would be notified of when I put up new videos. And I will be back. I have a lot of videos coming up, a lot of you guys request. And I'm also going to have a new vlog coming up. I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow. Kind of after the vlog I did the other day on purpose. You guys wrote me the most beautiful emails and messages and comments and so many things. And I did answer some comments on the video. I do have some emails and Facebook messages and whatnot. So I'm going to do a updated video because you guys made me think a little bit. So look for that vlog coming up. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. As always, if you guys do anything like this, please tag me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or Pinterest. All my links are down below, as well as my email and my Facebook to if you don't want anybody else to see it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.